All right, you are the host. We are going live, GSD fam. Let's check out the sizzle reel. We will be with you in just a few moments.
Coming soon, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready.
Think of videos as like an investment. Like right now, you guys have invested money, you guys have invested time to increase your knowledge so you can actually make more money and get more clear. So you're not guessing your way, you're not stalling yourself, you're not having this opportunity cost arise right in front of you.
Rahul and the guys at GSD, they do a phenomenal job, phenomenal service. They taught a bunch of our guys, I guess, like how to market themselves better, how to really dial their offers, and how to kind of get that kind of paid ad strategy going. Right now, paid ads is like paid book funnels. It feels like kind of like a mystical unicorn.
Hello, my name is Kat Howell, and I want to give a big shout out to Cody Getchell, who has been able to smash through an industry challenger series that has been set forth for some of the best Facebook media buyers in the industry.
What's up, everybody? My name is Mikey, and I just wanted to take a quick minute and give a shout out to Cody and Rahul. So before meeting Cody and Rahul and taking their course, I was beating my head against the wall. I was in a scared place because I didn't know how to close sales. I didn't know how to talk to clients or prospects, more so. I didn't know how to prospect to get people even to the point of wanting to talk to me. And so I was really at a point where I had no way of generating income for my business. And that all changed by simply taking their course.
I want to talk a little bit about how people actually succeed when they're looking for a mentor, when they're looking for coaching. Now, it might seem a little counterintuitive for me to be telling you when people shouldn't go for mentorship and coaching, because that's what we sell. But that's what I want to be, is straight with you, honest with you, and tell you what to do, because that's what I want to see, is your success.
Look at video as also an asset. Each one you do now actually explains what you do with clarity to your target audience. So now you don't have to say the same shit over and over and over again. You can start sending these videos in emails or put it on multiple social platforms, your website, your blog, wherever. It can get shared. So now you got this massive free distribution channel. And if you want to amplify it, you have paid traffic.
Look, our culture is all about taking action, getting shit done, not letting trying to be perfect stop you from being great.
Timeouts left. The Lakers have 2. Bryant to shot.
We're a digital marketing agency that helps coaches, consultants, and business owners scale their ads. Then on the GSD side, we have a coaching program where we teach you how to run an effective and profitable agency or coaching consulting business.
All right, guys, so if you've ever seen any of our content inside the GSD family, you've heard me talk a lot about this scary offer. All right, this is the core premise behind everything you're going to do for your organic marketing, for your paid traffic, all of that stuff. It's what we teach our students at the very beginning of everything, so that we can create a high ticket offer that attracts your ideal client directly to you.
Hey, huge shout out to Rahul and Cody with the GSD team. You guys are absolutely amazing. I just want to say thank you, first of all, for everything that you guys have done for me and my business. I was in a very troubled spot the beginning of the year. You guys were able to help me out. Your program is absolutely amazing. Whether you're new or you're experienced, there's stuff in there for everyone. And that's why I love the GSD program so much. I've tried other coaches before, and they just didn't have like the personal touch that I was looking for. You know, I needed someone to take a look at my business, figure out what I was doing wrong, and then give me actionable steps to move forward with that. So for all you guys out there, like if you're considering jumping in with GSD, or if you're on the fence with it, I would just say go ahead and do it. You know, jump in both feet first. You know, you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your company. You don't know everything. And what we do as entrepreneurs, you know, we want those quick solutions, and we have to be able to find a way to get those shortcuts to get to our goals ultimately. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate everything that you guys do. You guys are amazing.
the first pieces to the puzzle. Offer, which leads into organic and can lead into paid. And I'm not saying you have to prove shit out in organic and then you go over to paid. You can jump right into it. If you have the budget, if you have the capabilities to do it, the offer can be fluctuated into the others, but this is a roadmap that you can follow to slowly earn your way up into scale, which is what we all want at the end of the day.
An order bump just simply means is when you see those little check boxes underneath the order form that says for an extra widget, for only X dollars, you get this. So for example, what we do is when people jump into our challenge, but what we have is you register for $49.96 for a challenge, you get access to our 3-day event, and if you add the order bump, you're gonna get our $35 million sales script framework that you can utilize for your own business. So now the order bump is $47. So now what this does, this liquidates our ads. We can, by the way, use all of this organically. We can update our profiles and promote it organically to the people we also already know and they like and trust us, okay?
If you're in this group and you're watching Raul and Cody on a regular basis and you haven't yet hired them, I can't think of better people to work with.
And by the way, everyone that works with Raul succeeds, by the way, for the record.
What's up, everyone? My name is Brad Newman. I want to give a big shout out to Raul and Cody for being the fucking best Facebook ads agency there is out there.
Think about is that if I had not made that investment, I would be stuck back there at 10,000, 12,000 for an entire month. Now, I not only have the income coming in, but I've also got the tools, I've got the connections, I've got the community, and I know how to make more money. So even if something was to happen like tomorrow, I'm cool because I know how to pick up the phone, I know how to do some organic Facebook stuff, and I know how to find my next client, and I know how to make more money. And that to me is priceless.
Impact. I just wanted to create a quick testimonial video for Cody and Raul. They've been absolutely incredible in servicing our clients inside of our 7-figure CEO program and helping them with their paid traffic. And they are actually our preferred partner as well. And they are absolutely incredible at what they do.
Me and Andrew have actually partnered with Raul and Cody over at Custom Creatives because what I found is that this is a necessary part of growth, is entrepreneurs like yourself having front-end paid ads. And the most important thing when choosing and partnering with an agency is that the leaders of the agency must be teachers first.
He's adaptable across many different types of industries and niches. And if you get the opportunity to work with him, don't hesitate. Well done, Cody. Well deserved.
So hey guys, we're here with Rahul Alim of Custom Creatives. And I know a lot of you agency folks are struggling with generating more leads. Rahul, what's the answer?
I mean, I think the answer is really knowing and mastering your offer, your niche, your ideal customer, and then putting a predictable traffic source in place so you don't have to worry about those again.
So what does that mean for someone who they've only got a couple clients and they're trying to grow? When you say ideal customer, they don't know who the ideal customer is.
Okay, so what you're going to want to do is look at a piece of paper, write this down. We want to talk about who do you love working with from like an industry level? Can they afford your services? Are you capable of fulfillment? And that's pretty much the first level. Then we're going to write down something called the Dream 100, which will give you guys some worksheets so you don't have to really stress too hard on this video here. But that's how you identify exactly who you work with. So when you're doing your marketing, you're doing your offers, it's actually resonating with them right away. So it's easy for them to understand and solve their biggest problems, which is going to be lead generation for your clients as well.
Well, if you're an agency and need to grow in digital marketing, you've got to get in this group. Rahul and Cody and all of us here, we are generating 100K of revenue in this GSD challenge. And if you're even not in this challenge, you've got to find out how this whole thing works, because this is how you grow. This is how you generate leads. This is how you maintain great customer relationships. There's a lot of people out there teaching folks how to do 7-figure agencies. And not to say that other techniques don't work, but with Rahul and Cody, you're teaching from their direct example, and because they care so much, and I've seen them over the years, this is a great program. And unlike what I teach, which is maybe very difficult and complex, their stuff is easier to follow. So especially when you are at the starting stages, just trying to get to 10K a month, or trying to get to 80K a month, which brings you to be a 7-figure agency, these are the steps you need to follow.
Through their consistent coaching, they were always on top of responses. Anytime I had a question, they answered right away. They gave me every opportunity to learn about any way of handling objections, of, you know, talking to clients, kind of controlling the narrative, really figuring out a way to connect with people, and then having certain strategies for different moments, whether it was getting the close and getting the contract signed, or it was discovering pain points and figuring out, you know, what to talk about and what to dial in on and keep the conversation geared towards. And there's so much more to all this, and I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but the bottom line is that the value I got from this course, I've already 20x'd. So, and that's, you know, 3-4 weeks in. It's insane.
And of course, guys, like I talked about before, all of our students that have implemented this, that's how they've built their dream businesses. When the people have showed up, when the people get shit done, when they actually do the stuff that we give them and they put in the work, they're able to build businesses that they can rely on, businesses that crush it for them, businesses that allow them to live the life that they want, right? And what did I say yesterday, guys? What are we? We're building and acting. What are the next 2 words? We're building and acting as if. We're creating a business as if we're already that business. As in, I might be my accountant, salesperson, setter, rep, but I'm still going to set up the SOPs and roles so that as I grow into it and can scale.
We're going to be running effective ads. We're going to be focusing on ROI. And I'm going to show you just one campaign, walk you through how we just 8x'd it just recently. Okay. So the first step is know your numbers, the outcome. Our outcome was to drive people into a funnel to collect information so they can join one of our challenges. So now we knew we had a challenge funnel.
It is very, very hard to basically accomplish the targets within this challenge, which includes scaling targets, it includes cost per lead targets, it includes the ability to work with webinar funnels and all of these funnels that online coaches and information products need. And Cody knocked it out of the park.
Know a lot of people in this industry, and I've had a lot of them, basically tested a lot of them out. And a lot of it is a bunch of bark but no bite. And I will say it's very, very hard, as Cody said, to find people that are good at what they do.
Unlike what I teach, which may be very difficult and complex, their stuff is easier to follow.
So definitely check him out. And if you haven't had the opportunity to work with him yet, you should.
That are insane legends in the field, and he's compounded all this information down into actionable systems. Hire him. Do it. Just take the next step.
You know, one thing I really love about, you know, what you guys have created too is like every single day you guys have a call, right? You're checking in on everybody in the personal group. You know, you guys are you get just so incredibly active.
Hey, we see a lot of agencies that are struggling because they can't get leads. They're working as hard as they can. They're not making money. Their sales conversations aren't closing. They have lots of tools and lots of crazy things to be looking at. We have got the answer for you on how you can get to $10,000 a month.
We've condensed 17 years of content just to get you there. So from sales, from positioning, marketing, offers, niches.
We implemented your guys' techniques basically when we hit the ground running, starting the agency last year. And within, I think it was 2 months, we had 44K in retainers. And organic outreach it's the golden goose that keeps on giving. You know, paid ads, they can flop, they get messy, you know, there's a lot to it. But once you have a system in place that feeds your pipeline daily, it's something you can depend on. And honestly, your sales go up too, because you're getting more appointments and you're getting better at your pitch, and it just kind of snowballs on it.
All right. What's going on Facebook? What is going on, VIP people? How is everybody doing today? Hopefully fantastic. I think it's going to be a good one. I mean, I always think it's going to be a good one. So that's not fair, but I think it's going to be a really good one today. We're going to talk about some stuff. A little bit of housekeeping beforehand. I got a whole bunch of VIP people in here with me, about, I don't know, I'm letting a bunch of people in. Maybe we'll get up towards 20 today who get to sit in here with me and exist within the knowledge and have interactions and ask questions to get this shit done. After that, they get to sit with me personally, right? And ask questions to go in depth about these strategies, get documents, get whiteboards, get all this stuff. And on top of all of that, we just gave them a free SaaS course this week. And I already see, this is why I love this shit, guys. One of the things that everybody gets in the VIP room is a private networking chat. I'm already starting to see over the last couple of days, week or so, people be like, I'm going to implement my SaaS offer. I can't wait to put all this shit together and take that to use. Just gave it to these guys like, I don't know, last week, right? Christmas, whatever the hell that was. Feels like 2 lifetimes ago at this point. But they got that then, and they're already implementing it, taking action, and helping one another, right? And drop a 1 in the chat, guys, if that's you. If one of you guys is actually implementing that and going to actually put that to use, right? Look, boom, three ones. Everybody in Facebook, and you can't see it, but they're all dropping, right? So that fucking course is going to be a game changer. It gives you a whole other way to create revenue. It gives you a whole other offer that you can use as a downsell. It gives you an ability to create stickiness in your platform. That kind of shit is a game changer. We just gave it as a gift to the VIP people because we want people to succeed. So I'm telling you guys all of this out there in Facebook land, if you are not sitting in here, but you want a SaaS course, you want our Agency Foundations 2.0 course, which will teach you how to do organic marketing, kick ass through content, messaging, and everything else that you need to make some money. And you want the SaaS course, which is going to teach you how to build your SaaS agency offer. Honestly, guys, it's like 50 fucking videos. If you want to make some money, I would do that. You get all of that. Plus you get to spend some FaceTime with me. Hey guys, everybody wants to spend some FaceTime with me. Guys, does everybody want to spend some FaceTime with me? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Yes, thumbs up. Cool. Rick's like, fuck you, man. I got a phone, so I'm not going to do thumbs up, but that's fine. Everybody else wants to spend FaceTime with me. So if you want that too, literally all you got to do, guys, is skip Starbucks today. That's it. $7 for the first month. You get access to everything. If you only want to do the first month, you can go in my courses, steal all my shit, steal all my time, and then fuck off afterwards. I promise I won't be heartbroken. I'll find another person who actually values that shit. So if you want it, hashtag VIP, please, down in the comments. Hashtag VIP, please, down in the comments if you want to join it. I don't know if you know this, but VIP stands for very important person. And today it only costs you $7 to become a very important person. Sounds like a good fucking deal to me. Hashtag VIP down below in the comments. And otherwise, please, for the algorithm, just drop some love, a heart, you know, a hashtag live if you're here now, hashtag replay later on. We do that so that the other people in this community who at some point or another saw something of value and they wanted to hear more out of my mouth for some stupid reason, or Rahul's, right? They hit the join button, and maybe they're not seeing it all the time. And so we want to get some comments on there, engage the algorithm, and make sure 100% that this shit gets in front of them. So if you could drop some hashtags down below, maybe invite your friends, tag your friends, all that good shit. Today, we're going to be going over this, actually, you know, how this all started, what we've been doing. So we've been running a low ticket membership. We implemented it for a number of reasons, primarily 2 reasons, primarily to create a much earlier first step so that we could give people a lot more of ourselves who needed it, but without having to do it completely for free. Why that was because people who consume nothing but free content don't usually implement it. It's just the way it is. So even just a $7 or $47 a month thing, yeah, it's a first step towards us, and we get to now spend some more time with these people, upgrade them, and then get them into the next level of our shit. Like, I'm not, you know, we're all marketers. I have more shit to sell you. Wow. Newsflash. I bet you all knew that, right? But the other part of it is I want you guys to take this shit and make it work. And so we're going to be talking about that today. I've done it for myself. I know at least 2 people inside the VIP I know just took that and already implemented it and have multiple low ticket membership people already sold it. They've just been taking our model and running with it. And a couple of people in the GSD program now, I've helped actually launch similar things. So without even trying or rolling this out as an offer, we've actually already helped about half a dozen people start and monetize similar things. And we've rolled it out with a high ticket coaching client of ours, another person who we run their marketing department for, who has also now they've enrolled about 450, 500 people, about coming up on $10,000 in recurring just with that, not including all the people they actually upgraded. So we're going to talk about a lot of that today. Preemptively, before I get into that, I want to make a statement. So what I did, let me show you guys something cool. All right. So yesterday, inside the GSD program, the main GSD program, I actually went and we have a weekly content call. And on that weekly content call, we write content. Wow, newsflash, right? Crazy. What I did yesterday was I've been working, yes, I know, everybody shoot me. I've been working with AIs. Let's all freak out. So it's the word now. It's the jargon word everybody's using. But what I actually did was I've been training it, working with AIs. And the thing that's going to differentiate people, by the way, for people using like ChatGPT or like Jasper's AI tool or all this kind of shit, it's going to take you from needing to be a good copywriter to needing to learn how to train an AI. So you can plug in a prompt into an AI and it can give you absolute garbage. But if you know how to cycle through the prompts and train it and go from one concept to the final product, you'll be able to really make this work. Why I'm bringing this up today is because I had this post that I posted yesterday on my profile. If you want to go check it out, it's a fully done. If you guys know anything about my content types, we do two buckets: conversion content and teach them how to think content. Teach them how to think long form content is often the one that people have the hardest time with. It's a longer form piece of content. You're having to work with headlines, themes, metaphors, all that kind of stuff. This post was 90% written. I tweaked it a little bit for myself, completely by ChatGPT, by me understanding how to get metaphors from them for a topic that I wanted, and then how to create a theme, and then how to write a story for it, and then it spit out this post. So if any of you guys have liked it, and lots of you guys have liked it, some of you are even relating to it, right? I remember feeling that way. I've been there, done that. Derek just really likes my jersey, right? But this kind of shit was done completely top to bottom from an AI. Now I'd like to know for next week, I'm thinking next week or maybe the week after, I will do a training on that because I think it's really fucking cool. But again, always, I only do these things if people give a shit, because I'm not just here to give away my time so that nobody gives a fuck or wants to use it. So if you want that, as always, right? What do? I know you guys, I always want you guys talking about it in here, but go out to the Facebook land in the GSD group and in the comments underneath the video, do a hashtag AI. Okay, hashtag AI. And if you're out there in Facebook land in either of the groups, do that yourself, hashtag AI, if that's a training you guys want me to do. Because I'm telling you guys, that was pretty cool. So two things I had happen. I'm already seeing you guys drop hashtag AI in the Zoom chat. Do it in the Facebook comments if you want me to remember it. Then come back here. But that specifically what I was able to do, I created through ChatGPT in about 5 minutes live on that call. I showed people how to create a 30-day content calendar with an actual table built directly into it. And then I showed them how to create a long form metaphor, teach them how to think post with a headline and a theme underlying to be able to get people to do shit. I personally think that's a superpower. And if I get enough interest, you guys, I'll show you guys how to use that superpower too. So I've already seen a bunch of people drop in the hashtag AI out there. Love it, guys. Cool. So let's dive in. A few stats first. Cool. So what we're going to be talking about today specifically, all right, is going to be how to use low ticket memberships to raise your floor. Okay. Now, concept time first before we go into anything else. This is most people's businesses. Okay. And this is them. This little thing right here. I wonder if we get a symbol for it. This little box guy. Oh my God. Not great, but whatever. You get the point. What do? They ride the roller coaster. Woohoo! Life is fucking great. Then they're down here. They're like, oh shit, I got to go back to my job. Then they're like this. I just sent an email and told them my job that they can go fuck themselves. And then they're down here and they're like, oh shit, I burned the bridge with my job. I'm going to need it again. And so on and so forth. Right. And that's because most people are staring at the micro. All right. And what we need to be doing is looking at a macro. But the other problem that people have is that everybody is always chasing the higher highs. That's what they're looking at. Okay. And so everybody is constantly trying to get to here. When they're looking at their growth, they're always staring at, well, I got to beat my last month. I got to do better. I got to do better, right? And so they're trying to do this. And by trying to do that, well, where do they end up? Highs and lows. They're like, oh shit, woo, I'm doing great. Ah, fuck, I suck. Well, I'm doing great. Fuck, I suck. And then if it starts to do this, it's like, okay, well, there's a whole bunch of these little ones, right? And it can start to feel like your business is failing, right? And what I want to talk about today is the concept that I think is way more important. And it's to not chase higher highs, but to figure out a way to set higher lows. Raise your floor. Create predictability. See how this is just a nice straight line up, right? Implementing, and let me just stop right there for a second, because I think that this, just as a concept, if you take nothing else away from this whole training, this concept, I think, can be a game changer for your mental health, if nothing else. Because when you look at this up here, you might think, oh, like this is causing burnout. You're stressed out. Over half of the time on this, you think you're failing if you're chasing it this way, right? Now, if you look at it the other way, you're seeing consistent success, predictability, right? Who thinks that they've spent most of their business life as the first person? Raise your hand, drop a 1 in the chat, 1 in the comments, anything like that. If you can admit to yourself that like that's kind of where I've been, right? Is that person, right? And how is that? Let's open up somebody come off mute. Somebody be brave. I don't bite. Somebody come off mute who's in the VIP room right now and tell me what is that caused for you? What do you think has been the effect, right? Cause and effect. So this would be the cause. You living that life. Go ahead, Jen.
It kind of takes some of your momentum away and it slows you down.
100%. And to extrapolate on that too, I would say what ends up happening, right, is you make knee-jerk reactionary moves based on you thinking that you're not still growing and not still succeeding, that can actually cause you to fall off the floor, right? By chasing the higher highs all the time and by incorrectly presuming that this is a bad thing, right? You end up making moves that are like, well, I got to grow. I grow at all expense. I got to make sure I'm doing all this shit, right? It's not worrying about how do I set that higher floor. So one thing that we've been doing specifically with ourselves and with some other coaching clients and with some agencies is figuring out ways to set a higher floor, which is create a way to create more predictable bottom line recurring revenue, especially in coaching, especially even more so than agencies, because coaches sometimes fall into this trap of constantly chasing new course sales, right? I have to do a new launch. I have to sell new courses and I make all this money and then maybe next month I don't, or I got to do another masterclass and all that shit. So this allows us to create a way to create a more predictable floor, right? Which is the number one thing. So it creates a predictable floor, creates a higher low, and it also creates a pool of raving fans, right? Especially if you, I'm always a proponent of just over deliver, right? I teach all the time in all versions of our program. People are always scared, give it away, give it away, give it away. And my answer, and this might make me sound like a dickhead or an asshole, but whatever, I'm going to say it anyway, is assume everybody's an idiot or lazy until proven otherwise. I will sit here all day long and give you guys everything you need to go be successful. And until you pay me money and commit to it for yourself, most of you, 95% of you, aren't going to use any of it. And that's just the way it is. As soon as you pay $1 for it, now about half of those people are going to do it. And the other half can't be helped. And I know that if you show up and you're going to do shit, I know that I got to make you commit to it and take that action. And the first step, even if it, like for us, right, you get in for your first month for $7, then you get $47. You can buy lifetime for $500. And then we have our higher ticket programs. Even just this step alone, the $7, creates a couple of things. It's a first purchase. It's that first intimate, like I have given you my money, my credit card, even if it's a lower amount, that's a huge step for a person. So it creates that ability for us to say, cool, now we're transactionary. So now as long as I prove my value for that $7, right, you're willing to maybe take that next step. Like, okay, cool, I got value for that. I'm cool with this. Let me maybe see what else you've got. I'm not afraid that you're a scam artist or a person who doesn't give anything for anything, right? I can see it. And when you over deliver, which is a key word here for us. I mean, for us, we're given like now 2 different courses, weekly training. Like this is shit you should be paying like $10,000 for. Let's be real, right? I mean, if we're honest with ourselves, everybody on this VIP room, right, who's ever talked to any other coaching program ever before, you should be paying anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 for this. Is what you should be paying. It just is what it is. But I don't give a shit. I'm here to over deliver. I'm here to make sure that all of you guys have success, because I don't just call people, GSD family members. I try to embody that and allow us to continue forward. And so that ends up doing this. And what do those fans do, right? Well, they upgrade, right? Upgrade. I think half of our sales last month for the GSD program were VIP upgrades. Imagine that. Funny how that works, right? And so when you go and you look at something like a Russell Brunson strategy, right, where he constantly talks about self-liquidating offers and how he was able to build ClickFunnels through self-liquidating offers. Well, we've been doing that for years as well. We used to sell this LinkedIn course, right, low-ticket LinkedIn course, self-liquidating just to get free leads. This is a situation where if you grow this, you not only have a raised floor, but you've also now created leads that pay you. Right? It's a list of hotter leads that are paying you for the privilege. Now you got to do a bunch of shit for it, but you create that system that actually works. Now, how we set ours up, very purposeful, right? We had a couple of goals in mind for both ours and the high ticket coach that we helped create. So what did we do? Well, we knew we had a group that we wanted to get more engagement out of. Right, free group that we wanted to get more engagement. Free group wanted more engagement. So we knew we needed to do more consistent lives. And we knew we wanted to have some reason for this, for us to want to show up to these every single week. So, okay, cool. So that means we need people to pay us a little bit, but we still want to give some content to the actual group. So, okay, we create a paywall, right? So if we want people to pay us, they got to show up. We'll give them a little more access, and then we'll give them a whole bunch of other stuff that we already had access to. But for you, for your low ticket membership, you have to have a few things. One, some level of access, but you want to make it scalable. Okay, so some level of access, but make it scalable, meaning for this, you just cannot be doing no one-on-ones, right? They just can't be doing it, and no daily support mechanism, because of how much time that will end up eating up. If you end up getting hundreds, maybe even 1,000 people, like even though you want to over deliver for people, it wouldn't be feasible for you to be able to do it, especially if you have a higher ticket thing. So what we did, and I'll leave the floor to these guys in a second, is our answer to that was, I still want people to have daily support. I still want people to feel a part of this every single day. So our answer to this was network. Chat where they can help and network with each other. And then it limits us with each other. And then B was we support within the weekly container, right? And now I can't help myself. Sometimes I go in and I answer questions inside the chat, and we give gifts and presents, and I'll come in and I'll dump in stuff in there because I am in the chat. But I'll put it to the field right now for you guys, because this is about you guys. So if somebody could come off mute again and say how they feel about it, right? Do you guys feel like for the price you're paying and all that kind of stuff, you still have some kind of daily connection to it because of that chat? Do you feel like you are supported because of the network of people around you, or do you feel like that's lacking?
I think there's a lot of support.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you can see the chat. People are going in there and different topics and asking questions, and there's people jumping in and helping. So it's a great community. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%, 100% agree with that. Anything that you need, anything that you ask questions for, you guys are always on it. Boom, quick answer. Love it.
Perfect.
And it's not just Cody and Raul either that are giving the answers. Like, it's other people that are doing business and are successful and they're delivering. Like, Robert, you jump in all the time and help people, and same with Rick. Great stuff.
Yeah, and that is very much the point, right? And that's what I'm trying to get across for people who are going to be setting up their own low ticket memberships, that kind of stuff, is that point. Creating that mechanism was something that allowed people to support each other while still keeping us within a container that allows it to be at scale. So everything that I've designed, and I built out the structure for our own main GSD program, and I'm actually currently working on a big SaaS program that I'm developing myself, and I'm working on the support structure for it, and open loop on that. A bunch of people keep asking me that. I keep dropping these little hints, but we'll show you guys that later in life. But the thing that I'm really learning about support with this is layered structure. I find support mechanisms fail for any type of business when everybody has one place they need to go and they expect an immediate response. You can train, and maybe this isn't the right word for it, but I'm going to use it anyway, but you can train humans to expect to have the expectations that you want them to have. So like, for instance, in our GSD program, there is a group support chat, then there is a client success chat, then there is question threads. Each of those have different coaches assigned to them within the program, and each of them also have different time expectations. The group support chat is other people helping you. Maybe the coach will see it, maybe they won't, but you got 100 other students in there, again, like your networking chat. They'll talk to each other. The customer support success chat is where we'll hold you accountable, but we'll also deflect to one of the other support mechanisms. If it's a question in the question thread, you get 24 to 48 hours to get answered. All of this has allowed us to be able to scale upwards to like 200 students at some point without breaking our support, and still having everybody feel like they're getting white glove attention. And we even offer one-on-ones anytime you want inside the main GSD program. But people oftentimes don't feel the need to use them because there's calls every day and there's all these other support mechanisms. If any one of those things was the only thing we had, the support would break. But the layered approach to the support, right, is key to having that be successful. And so when you're developing out your own low ticket membership, right, same kind of thing. Some level of access and scalability, and then 2, course material, right? And so for us, it's first steps type stuff. So some basic organic, and then now SaaS agency. Each one serves its own purpose. This basic organic and offer stuff gets first sales so that you can grow and join us at a more in-depth level. This SaaS agency stuff is to launch your offer under our affiliate, which creates more income, right? And this is just complete transparency, right? We're getting income from this, we're getting income from this, and then the rest of this is set up to help you grow. I want you to have success so that then you want more success, right? To get you to the place where it's like, let's help you even further. And if you do this correctly, right, and launch this that way, then you'll be set. You'll be able to have that membership in place and you'll be able to rock that out. And remember how this fits into, we talk about offers quite a bit. And again, let's stop right there for a second. Drop a 1 in the chat or a 1 in the comments out in the Facebook land or inside the Zoom if this is making sense, guys. So I want to make sure it's not overcomplicating it. I'm just walking this through the why, the how, all that kind of shit. Good. And good. Cool. Good. Now, remember how this fits into our structure, right? We're always talking about the scary offer. If you haven't seen the scary offer training, go back through the recordings and check that out. But our offer structures should always be revolving around this graph, right? Remember, the R stands for results, the T stands for time, and we've always got 3, okay? And these 3 are the scary offer. This is our high ticket. This is our base camp, right? This is our catch-all. And these are our freebies, audience builders, that kind of stuff, right? on this graph. I don't know why this one's tilting backwards, but that's just because I can't scribble correctly, but you guys get the point. This offer that we're talking about today is low ticket membership, works perfectly as this. You develop it correctly, it's almost like you're on a software, right? It's like I get my support once a week. I have this chat thing that I have over here. There's some course material over here, and every now and then there's some new bonuses. So I can never really go through all of it because there's new shit that comes out every now and then. And you want to stay. It's a sticky thing, right? Develop the relationship, and then it can progress. Because what we really want to do is build all three of these things so they work together. You want to build your audience, and within that audience, you want to be able to upgrade them to your low ticket. But within that, you want to be able to upgrade them to your high ticket. And you create this synergy, right, to be able to make this function, to be able to make this work. Cool. Now, let's talk a little bit about how we filled it up, both for us and for our client, our done for you client. So what we did, let me see, what did I say? A low ticket membership model. I went over that, how to actually become profitable on the front end, how to create a perfect front end and back end structure. So the structure I've gone over, never run out of leads in your pipeline, I've gone over. Okay, so I mean, really the profitable on the front end part. So I'm going to go over how we would have possibly done it. Okay, so this is how we filled it up, how we got our, let's say, how the path to our first, I think it was 150 members. We'll say 100 members just to make it a nice clean number, but I think it was 150. So what did we do? Actually, we did this backwards. I wouldn't do it the first part that we did the way that we did it again, but we actually did a beta launch for a different course. Some of you guys might be in here from it. Still, it was the Sales Jedi course, which, by the way, fucking awesome course. But we did that, and then halfway through that, I had the idea to do the membership thing. So I was just like, oh, let's just roll these people into it and go that way. But so what we really ended up doing was promo cycle of barely, we really barely even said it. We just kind of hinted like, hey, we're going to be doing this thing. Hey, if you guys want this, drop a VIP, that kind of stuff. And that gets us what we, you know, our lowest hanging fruit, right? Which is what you call the people who are already following you, might have already talked to you on the phone. They kind of know who you are. Maybe they couldn't afford your higher ticket thing yet. Maybe they just haven't even heard you make an offer yet because nobody's yelled at you enough to make more offers, right? And so they're just sitting around and they're actually wanting to buy from you. And so since this is a no-brainer, it's like, okay, cool. Right, I'll do that. Then what we do is a challenge. We did this for both us and the other client. 3-day, I think a 3-day challenge for that. And on day one, right away, right, we seeded the concept. So we said, hey guys, like at the end of each one of these 3 days, we're going to do a VIP room, and only the VIP people can get in. And they get to ask us all the questions. You guys can all sit on the training for this one. And at the end of each day, we do a private session for just the VIP people. If you want to do that, here's the link for $7. Boom. First day, I think we had like 60 people. We on it, 30 of them, I think, bought that link right away. So that was a big boost right away. And throughout it, I think it went from 30 to like 50 or 60 by end of challenge. Purchase, and I think we had like 150 or 200 registrants for the challenge. Right. Oh, and that was the part I forgot, the promo cycle. So for promoting the challenge through content and emails, and what we did, the challenge was set up to be free challenge. And then it had, as soon as you registered for the challenge, it had the upsell for the VIP. So you could buy the VIP as soon as you registered for the challenge. So we had about, I'd say 20-ish people upgrade. So about 10% of the free registrants were upgrading. Another, 30% bought once we were actually doing the live challenge. And then email sequence to actually launch the VIP, because this was all like a, hey, we might be doing this thing kind of thing, right? This was us seeding it, opening the loop, do these kind of promotional things to be making that happen. We seeded it, and then we finally actually did an email sequence to launch, and that got us our next like 50, 60-ish people within the month that we did it. And that's how we got to the 150. We're now at about 200 because we do launches like the SaaS course that we rolled out. We also did an email sequence that said, hey, if you want this, go buy that and we'll make that happen, right? And so creating this stability in this situation was what really made it work, right? Now, here's a few things that'll help you if you launch one of these things to understand, because your first thoughts are probably like, hey Cody, how many people are canceling, and hey Cody, how many people are actually sticking, and all this kind of shit. So my answer to that is our cancellation rate is pretty low. I think 10%, 10% maybe, I'm not sure, somewhere around that. And we've been running it for 2 months now. Our cancellation rate for our other client who has about 450 members is right around that same thing, right? Hovering around 10-15%. And some of that is just from, when people buy things from an email, sometimes they buy it and their card declines and we have no other way to answer them. If they don't answer the phone, if they never hopped in the group, it's just gone. For us specifically, we get people into the chat. So the chat's been good for us. So as long as I find if we get them into the chat, we've only had like 2 people cancel that actually we got through the process of doing the chat. So one of our biggest forms of support mechanisms here was actually to implement a system where we actually send a text message and we send an email, and on the thank you page, we've implemented, if you guys know what the .me link is, you could have a link that you send to people, and if they click it, it just direct messages you on Facebook. So we have people inside Rahul's profile. One of our setters now is trained so that if they get a message from a person that says this thing that we tell people to say, they'll just add them to the chat. That has mostly gotten us to have everybody inside the chat. So having that extra support mechanism alleviated us from, because before at the beginning, we did the typical thing where it's like, hey, I just joined the VIP room, let me into the private chat post on the group, right? We want you to post in the group and then we'll do it. We're finding we were only getting like 20% or so of people actually doing the post, and we nudged them a little bit. So we weren't getting everybody into the chat, which was causing us to not have that familial. Like I said, when I had these guys stop and tell you guys that they felt like they were a part of a daily thing, like a family, a system, right? That's needed for stickiness too, right? Because you want them to be, involved and registered. You don't want them to just, even though it's only $47 a month, by the end of it, it's like, if I get that ding on my phone, some of us get those dings on our cell phone, it's like $47. Maybe I look at it and I'm like, oh, I haven't used this in fucking, what the fuck is this, right? And they go and they cancel. But if you're a part of it and you're getting the value, right, and they're showing up, they're going to stick around. Because why wouldn't they? Because it's cheap as hell, right? I can go to like fucking skip the dishes on Uber Eats, or McDonald's on Uber Eats now costs like $30 fucking. So like, if you can't skip your McDonald's, skip your Starbucks, make some money. That's my pitch for everything on that, right? So I think I'm trying to look at this low ticket membership models, how to become profitable on the front end, how to create a perfect front end back end structure, which is the offer structure pipeline we went over. I think that covers all of the bullet points. Is there anything that you guys think that I did not go in depth on that you want me to before we end this and hop over into the VIP room? Anything that anybody wants me to dive into a little bit more deeply? Drop questions in the chat, or if you want to unmute and say it, and I'll sit here and I'm going to think for a second. While I wait for anybody to do that, what I'll do is, you guys want to, somebody might ask, hey, Cody, show me the landing page. It's literally in the description before anybody does stupid shit like that. You can click it and you can go and you can buy it and go through the funnel. You can watch the little mini VSL I shot for it. You can see how we structured this. This built in high level. And you can kind of see how we did it and what the goodies are, all that kind of shit in here. But again, we're talking about how did I sell it? How did I set it up? This is what that is. Really, it all comes together here. You can kind of see the structure and use this for your own thing. I know a lot of the people have done it. And again, results based, right? Our stuff we've now got about 200 people in it. Our client that we had run it was about 450 people in it, and he's been running his for like 4 months. He's at about 10K recurring for it. We've had at least half a dozen students in various versions of our program launched to everybody has clients. I don't know how many and how successful. None of them actually asked me. So I can't even really know if I take credit for what they've done. Actually, one has, and we've launched him to 12. He's got 12 students so far. So that's true. But everybody else who's done it that I know about just apparently thought it was an amazing idea and has replicated my shit. And I tell everybody in our programs, they can copy our shit. They can do whatever they want with it. I don't give a fuck. That's the point. Like, take our shit. I'm trying to be a teacher. If I go to university, and I did, and I learned like the 4 P's of marketing, and then I go out somewhere else and I tell them about the 4 P's of marketing, they don't come and threaten to sue me. So I always thought that was a fucking stupid concept. So you guys can take whatever I teach you and go run with it. And yeah, I think it's awesome, guys. I really highly recommend at least considering looking into this, especially in a world right now where we're surrounded by people who just say, raise your prices, raise your prices. You know, they're not telling you to also raise your fucking value. They're also not teaching you how to meet people where they're at. A big lesson that I've learned in the last couple of years is learn to meet your audience where they are. Create a product that meets your audience and your people where they actually are, and you'll be surprised at how many of them can grow with you and what they'll do together with you after that fact. And I think this kind of a concept is huge for that. So I would take this and run with it. Rick says in the chat, maybe talk about the upsells and downsells. Sure. Let me look at this. So mainly what we did, and I'll show you on this, on the funnel, we have a lifetime deal for both. So ours and the client that we ran this for has a lifetime deal for it. So we, on average, by the end of a year minimum, I'd want people to be upgrading, right? So if they haven't gotten to the point where they can upgrade from us within a year, most likely it's a mindset issue. They're gonna be stuck for a while or something along those lines. So taking that into account and discounting it by 2 months, right, gives us 10 months. So we're like, okay, the lifetime deal would be $500. So that should be on average, you know, the most people should spend with us before they do it. And if they have to have more time and they want to stay on for lifetime, that's fine. I really don't care. They'll get it for as long as they want. It's a lifetime deal. But to me, that was a monetization price point to get in for lifetime. They get, what we did for that is, I'm bringing up the site as we talk, the Sales Jedi course that I talked about earlier, that is really like that course alone. Again, I keep saying this shit. I'm really not trying to value stack you guys, but I promise you, if you were to buy that course, the Sales Jedi course elsewhere, it would cost in the thousands of dollars for that course minimum, because it's good. I mean, where else are you going to get people, myself and Rahul, you know, $40 million plus in high ticket sales, literally live breaking down calls and sales objections on calls where we close $10,000 to $40,000 deals, right? Where we stop the call and give you a voiceover on what we did, like what we heard on the call, the objection, what the objection actually was, and the strategy of what we did next, and then let you listen to us do it and hear the close happen, right? Where are you going to find that kind of shit? Not easy to do, right? And so, you know, point for you guys building your low ticket memberships would be to come up with something like that. Again, always over deliver and have the no brainers, right? And so for us, it was that. And so you get to the point where you buy that thing and then it's like, cool, here's a one-time offer, because there's no one-off page for this, I don't think. So it's literally when you buy it, you get a one chance to buy lifetime, and then otherwise you have to go through our sales team to do it. You get the same thing you're getting before, only now you get it for lifetime, and then you get the Sales Jedi course, right? And you can do that. And then because we're cheeky, and you say no, we're like, well, one more time. And so we do this as well, where you could do a 3-pay. So it ends up being $600 if you do it this way, just because there's always a cost. You get time or you get money. That's it. So if you want to pay up front, you get a discount. If you want to take more time, it costs a little bit more. That's how everything in life works. And so we have that in there as well. So yeah, those upsells and downsells, same thing. The 3-pay for $300 times 3 is the same thing as the $500 one-off lifetime plus Sales Jedi. So I highly recommend doing that. I would say we have about, I don't know, 5% ish of people that take us up on that, but it significantly increases our revenue brought in per click, right? So if you're looking at your overall conversion rates and all that stuff, I'm not getting into that because you're getting into complicated data analysis and all that kind of shit. But at a base level, understanding your conversion rates and understanding your revenue brought in per page view and all that kind of stuff, that is obviously why it's always been a big thing for ClickFunnels people, is because having these upsells and just a low percentage of them taking you up on that is always going to be huge for those baseline numbers and for your cost per acquisition and all that kind of shit. Cool. All right. So we're going to dive into the VIP room, and we're going to do a hell of a lot more of that kind of talk that I was just doing, which is answering questions, diving into shit, making shit happen. Everybody out in Facebook land, if you'd like to join us, hashtag VIP in the chat or in the comments down below, hashtag VIP. Just say, hey, I want to be an important person. you know, something like that. And I promise you, we'll get you in here. You can join us right now. Somebody on my team will help you out. Otherwise, if you thought that this was a good training, I always appreciate some form of a takeaway, either being dropped in the comments below the video or even better as a standalone post inside the group so that you can contribute to the community. I call that kind of shit crib notes, right? How valuable would a course be if when you bought that course, you also got insight from the other people like you who are taking that course? Can I just get a holy shit, that would be amazing kind of thing, right? Imagine if when you clicked on a course video, right? If you went into a course membership like high level, when you clicked on it, you got crib notes where it was like time stamped or something. And it said, hey, this is my thought. I'm this guy and here's my thoughts on it. Here's what I interpreted from this. Or you get a Loom video or an article that went with it, right? How fucking cool would that be? Yeah, I'm opening up loops again. All right, everybody, drop your things down below in the comments. We're hopping off this Facebook land. It has been amazing as always. Hashtag VIP if you want to join the VIP. Feedback down below or just love. I like hearts. Hearts are always fun too. VIP members stay on here, obviously. See you guys later next week.